one thing we know in Canada, we pay an incredible amount of taxes. Like the taxes in Canada are crazy as hell. Okay. Now, what else do we know? We know that there is a massive and quickly growing number of government employees. Like the public sector in this country has grown enormously, and over the last 9 years, huge. And that is maybe one of the reasons that we pay a lot of tax in this country. But I think we should break it down and find out, what kind of value are we getting for the number of employees, government employees we have? What kind of rate of returns? Are we getting great service? Are things getting better or worse? And it's impossible because the government's too big. So let me just break down one single department. CRA, the Canadian Revenue Agency, the tax collectors in Canada. Tax collectors in Canada, there's tax collectors all over the world. Every country has an organization that collects tax. How do we compare? Okay, CRA, 59,000 employees at CRA, some temp, some contract, some permanent, but still 59,000 active workers at CRA for a 41 million population of Canada. How does that compare? United States of America, IRS, that's their taxation agency. 90,000 employees, that's like much less than double, for 341 million people. All right, now, it's not precisely the same. There are certain different taxation that CRA looks after versus IRS, but it's pretty damn close. It's damn close, and that number's ridiculous. Slightly less than double for 9 times the people. That's just totally fucking nuts. That makes no sense. But there's a bunch of others. There's Germany, 88 million people. There's about 13,000 people working in the tax department. What the fuck? 13,000 for 88 million? And we got nearly 60,000? Japan, that's a big country, 125 million people. They've got about the same as us, but there's 4 times as many people. It's about 50, it's less. It's about 55,000 people working at their tax agency, but there's like 125 million of them. So it's very clear. It's so clear. This is nuts. It's absolutely nuts because even though there's so many more CRA workers than peer group companies, if you look at the relationship of population, there's so many more people working at the CRA than would be the same for other countries. It's like incredibly high. How good is the service? Like, how good is the service from CRA? Everybody getting their calls answered right away and solutions and brilliant. Well, come on. It's ridiculous. Look, there's probably some wonderful, fine professionals working at CRA. I'm sure there's a bunch of them. I'm positive, okay? But I don't believe there's any Canadian who is actively contacting CRA looking for assistance that would say it's great service, that the phone's answered in the first 2 minutes or anything like that, okay? So the service is not radically better for having an enormously higher, like mind-bogglingly higher number of people working there. Now, what's also very frightening about this incredibly huge civil service bureaucracy in Canada, and again, we'll focus on CRA, is that we pay CRA, we make the payroll to all those 59,000 people, partly with borrowed money. Yeah, we do. We just do. Because Canada runs, like the last budget said we ran a $40 billion deficit, was projected. It's going to be more like 54, 56. So huge deficits in this country, massive deficits. We borrow money massively in order to make the payroll for everything. Because it's not just, these deficits just don't pay for highways or buy fighter jets. No, they actually make the payroll every month. They help to make the payroll, these deficits. So that's fucked. Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all. Why would we borrow just to make the payroll when there's like so many people compared with other countries working on that particular job? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. No sense. It's crazy. I mean, the only thing you could describe it is it's crazy. We are borrowing money. We run a budget deficit to run departments like CRA, but because CRA, I did the research. we're running a department with some cases double, some cases triple the number of people that other countries need to do exactly the same taxation work. Like, how's that even possible? How's that fucking possible? How does Germany run their taxation system? They have 88 million people. They got about 13,000 people working in their tax organizations, various tax organizations combined. We have 59,000 people working for CRA to service 41 million Canadians. The only way to describe that is completely fucking insane. And if we don't get a handle on this craziness, our taxes are just going to go up. Our deficits are just going to get bigger. If we don't find a way for there to be 10, 20, 25,000 people less in CRA, it's one example. There's probably dozens and dozens of other departments. Again, I'm not mad at these people, but these numbers of employees in the federal government is completely nuts.